interesting, isn't it, when you look at these particular things that come out? You know, the sort of things where when it's a public company, you suddenly find out exactly what these people are earning. You know, they always like to keep it underground, don't they? And it's strange, isn't it, when you think, because if you were working for something like a huge organisation like the BBC, you would think you'd have no problem. Only recently, of course, we found out some news about the BBC breakfast presenter having other financial problems. You think, you work for the BBC, it's one of the biggest companies in the world. What on earth could you have a problem with? Well, this year's annual salaries have come out, and top of the leaderboard, yes, sounds very Strictly Come Dancing, doesn't it, is none other than the disgraced former News at 10 newsreader, Hugh Edwards. And this is simply because he's had a bumper pay packet payoff. Now, I don't know about you, but there was no two ways about it. He brought the corporation into disrepute. Now, I don't know about you, but there's no two ways about it. He brought the corporation into disrepute, and more importantly, you know, they used the mental health card. But because this is the slack BBC playing around with your money, they get away with it. Of course, the highest paid person literally appearing on just a few sports shows is none other than Gary Lineker. Over 1 million plus a year for his services. Is already incredibly rich, all thanks to those crisp adverts and of course his very lucrative podcasting business, which is another sideline. You see how this works. He was recently in trouble, allegedly, for wearing some clothes that he sponsors while being a model for a fashion house. You see how this all goes, utilize it for their own brands, all of that sort of stuff. But now, according to a very well-placed source, there's some infighting going on. And this is where it gets really funny to me, because you see, it details exactly who earns what. And they're eye-watering sums, literally, for just reading an auto cue. These are not journalists of the level. If you said to them, sit down and ad-lib an interview, literally with no cue cards, nothing in front of them, they couldn't do it. They're reading from a script. But you're paying heavily for that talent. And apparently, Tim Davie, the CEO, Director General, whatever you want to call him of the BBC, says he has to pay these salaries because they may leave. Well, where are they going to go? Sky News has got no money, CNN are laying off, ABC have got no money, NBC, wherever you turn in the world, everybody's shutting down and using AI. So exactly where would these BBC stars disappear to? But according to a very well-placed source, you see there's infighting simply because they now all know what each other's earning. And as we've seen on previous years, now they're all getting their agents to call in and say they feel they're worth more. So once again, the salaries will rise. These people will feel frightened, particularly at the top, to say no. But it will be you and I, the taxpayer, which is a tax if you want to watch the BBC, that will have to fund this. You see how this works now. And when you think about it, they've just also announced that they've lost over 500,000 BBC licence fee payers just in the last year. Now, as we told you before, the BBC, you see, only go after people that they feel are affluent, those that might be a little bit frightened with a letter from a legal term, all of that sort of stuff. Send them into the areas where there is mass, literally, migration. Oh, they don't go there. They don't believe in it because, of course, these people don't understand our British ways and they're simply not going to be paying it. So make, of course, the middle class, the ones that they think are affluent enough not to care about losing £169 a year plus for the privilege of watching programmes that clearly nobody wants to watch. The BBC's in a mess, but truly, some people might say it's his own worst enemy. What do you think? And by the way, should you have been paid all of that money as he brought the company to such disrepute? I'd love to truly know what you think in the comments below. Neil Sean, Hyde Park, London.